properties of matter. Okay, right? Today, onwards, I will ask the 2 GK bits, or I will gather 2 GK bits daily. First one, what is the full form of ISRO? What is the full form of ISRO? ISRO means Indian Space Research Organization. Indian Space Research Organization. ISRO. It is Indian Space Research Organization. Okay, one more GK bit for you. What is the full form of SHAR? SHAR means, S means Sriharikota. H means I. A means altitude. R means ranging. Sriharikota, high altitude, ranging, range. Center. This is SHAR. Right. What is the main difference between these two? ISRO means it is only Indian Space Research Organization. That means for everything about the space, here the research is going on. But here in Sriharikota, only we are launching the rockets into the space. That is the difference between these two. Today GK bits these are. Okay? Right. Next, right. Apart from that, yesterday we learned about the properties of the matter and diffusion of the liquids and diffusion of the gases. Okay. And compressibility of solids, liquids, gases. Okay, na? And temperature conversion also. Yes. Okay, right? Today we will discuss about the 2 more problems, and after that we are going to learn the remaining concepts. Right? Problems. 2 more problems. Convert 100 degrees centigrade into Kelvin. Convert 100 degrees centigrade into Kelvin. Solution. Yesterday I told the formula. Temperature in Kelvin. Kelvin is equal to 273 plus temperature in Celsius or centigrade. This is the formula. So here temperature in Celsius how much given? 100 degrees centigrade and that's then 273 plus 100. It gives 273 plus 100 how much? 373 degrees Kelvin. This is the process of finding of the centigrade into Kelvin. Okay, right. One more problem. Reverse. Convert 473 degrees Kelvin into Celsius. Yes. What is the solution? So that's what I told. Here they are asking to find out the Celsius temperature. So temperature in Celsius or centigrade is is equal to temperature in Kelvin minus 273. So here Kelvin into Celsius means plus 273. Okay na? Celsius into Kelvin into Celsius means here we are doing the subtract the 273. Here we are adding up 273. Okay, temperature in Kelvin given. How much they given? 473. 473 they given minus 273. 73 combines 4 minus 2 how much? 200 degrees centigrade. This is we are finding in a centigrade only. Right. So these are the solutions for the problem. In this way, we have to find out several problems. Okay, in this way only. Okay, this is the process of finding the centigrade into Kelvin and Kelvin into Celsius or centigrade. One more time, 100 degrees centigrade into Kelvin. How can you convert it? Temperature in Kelvin is equal to plus 273. Okay, na? Temperature in Celsius. That is equal to here already 273 plus how much temperature in Celsius they given? 100 degrees centigrade. So plus 100 that is equal to 373 degrees Kelvin. Okay, one more problem. Convert 473 degrees Kelvin into Celsius. So here temperature in Celsius is equal to temperature in Kelvin minus 273. So here already Kelvin they given 473 minus 273. We got 200 degrees centigrade. These are the solutions. Okay, homework. In your homework you do convert 153 degrees centigrade into Kelvin. Second one, convert 27 degrees centigrade 20 degrees centigrade into Kelvin. Okay, na? These two same model. Third one, convert 383 Kelvin into Celsius. Fourth one, convert 598 Kelvins into Celsius. Convert 598 Kelvin into Celsius. Okay, na? These are the homework problems to you. Right. Next. Okay, my dear students. Right. Yesterday I explained about the diffusion and compressibility. Right. What is meant by diffusion? One more time recalling. What is meant by diffusion? Diffusion means nothing but the movement of the particles. The movement of the particles in liquids and gases of the matter is known as diffusion. Best example for diffusion. Suppose take a pinch of salt and take a beaker, and the beaker is filled with certain amount of water. Now this pinch of salt or a tablespoon of salt you can pour or add into the water. After some time, if you observe clearly, this salt is mixed inside of the water, or the salt is disappeared. Because of why the salt is disappeared in this case? Because the salt is diffused into the liquids. So this is the best example for diffusion of the solids into liquids only. Right. But now we will discuss about the diffusion of particles of solids into liquids with an activity. Right. Diffusion of particles, diffusion of particles of solids, diffusion of particles of solids into liquids. This is the concept. For this concept, we need certain materials. This is an activity. With an activity, we will discuss it. So for this activity, materials. Which materials are we required? Materials required. Yes. For this materials, a beaker, and potassium permanganate, KMnO4. The formula of potassium permanganate is KMnO4, and copper sulfate crystals. Copper sulfate formula is CuSO4 crystals. These two are crystals and this is crystal A, this is crystal C. So crystals here, this is solid A, this is also solid. Okay, the beaker, and here in beaker we need some water. Yes, it is the procedure. Right. Diffusion of particles of solids into liquids. Right. First take a beaker. And the beaker is filled with water. Filled with some water. Next, add one or two or some more. One or two crystals of potassium permanganate into the water. Now observe the changes. Okay, now the potassium permanganate is the potassium permanganate disappeared in water immediately? No. After some time, wait for some time. Okay. After some time, these potassium permanganate crystals are disappeared in the water. Why the potassium permanganate crystals are disappeared in water? Because of the potassium permanganate crystals are diffused. Here diffusion takes place. It is diffused into the liquid. Who is liquid here? Water is the liquid. Okay, na? So in that water, the potassium permanganate crystals are diffused. Okay, na? So here the potassium permanganate, first initially the potassium permanganate crystals are there. After some time, the potassium permanganate crystals are diffused into the liquids. Okay, na? And observe what is the color of the potassium permanganate. Here the potassium permanganate color in the water is light violet. Right. And it is also pink color also. Okay. Right. Next, repeat the same experiment with copper sulfate crystals. Yes, copper sulfate crystals only. Yes, after again take one more paper, okay na, and the paper fill with water and add the copper sulfate crystals inside of the water. Now if you observe clearly, immediately the copper sulfate crystals they does not diffuse into the water. What after certain time, okay na, the copper sulfate crystals are dissolved in the water because of the copper sulfate crystals are diffused. Diffused means what is meant by diffusion? The movement of the particles in the liquids and gases. So here the movement of the copper crystals in liquids here is going on. That's why copper sulfate crystals are dissolved in water. That means here they are diffused into water. So the particles of the solids into liquids here. The diffusion of the solids. Yesterday we discussed about the diffusion of the liquids and diffusion of the gases only. But today now we learned about the diffusion of particles of solids into the liquids. Okay na? So is there any change here? What is your observation? Is the diffusion of the solids is happening fastly? No. The diffusion of the solids into liquids is slowly doing it. Okay na? That's why we said we conclude that the diffusion of the gases is more than to the solids and liquids. Okay. Once again, how can you say that diffusion of particles of solids into the liquids with an activity? So for this we need a beaker, water, potassium permanganate crystals and copper sulfate crystals. Here crystals means nothing but solids only. Okay, right. Procedure: first take a beaker and the beaker is filled with water. Now add potassium permanganate crystals into the water. Okay, now don't disturb the beaker. That means don't touch the beaker. Wait for some time, and that means it is at rest. Keep it at rest. Next, after some time, these potassium permanganate crystals are dissolved in the water because of these potassium permanganate crystals are diffused in the liquid. Liquid means water. Next, take copper sulfate crystals, and the copper sulfate crystals are also added with the water, inside of the water. So after some time, these copper sulfate crystals are also diffused in the water. That means disappeared in the water. So from this, but observe the time. How much time it will diffuse or it is disappeared. So they are very slowly diffused into the water. So that's why we conclude that the diffusion of the solids into the liquids is lesser than the diffusion of the liquids into gases and gases into gases. So this is the activity. Okay na? Right? Next we will do the one more activity. Right? To measure the speed of diffusion of two gases and next. Okay, my dear students, listen carefully. Right. Next concept is speed of the diffusion of speed of the diffusion of two gases. Speed of the diffusion of the two gases. Right. Right. For this, to explain the speed of the diffusion of the two gases, okay, now with an activity, we need certain things or certain materials only. What are the materials required? The materials required for this activity are, this is the aim to observe the speed of the diffusion of the two gases. Materials only. Materials 1 meter long narrow glass tube and cotton pieces, cotton plug, cotton pieces and rubber cocks and we need HCl, hydrochloric acid, HCl and ammonia solution, NH3 solution. Right. These materials are we required for this activity. Right. Next procedure. Right. For this activity, how can you find out the speed of the diffusion of the two gases? Which gas has more fastly diffused? Okay. Right. For this activity, we take a long narrow glass tube. Yes. This is a, suppose imagine this is a long narrow glass tube. Right. Next, take two cotton plugs. Okay, now one cotton plug. Suppose here two bolts are there. Here two bolts. Okay. In this bolts, one is HCl and one is ammonia. NH3. First, take one cotton plug and the cotton plug soak into the HCl solution. Okay, now soak means just put inside of the solution. Okay, now dip. After soaking of the cotton plug in HCl solution, that cotton plug you immediately bring and place here. Okay, now cotton plug here we are placing. This is suppose imagine first one. HCl cotton plug only. Next, take one more cotton plug or cotton piece and that is soaked inside of ammonia solution. And that is placed on another side of the glass tube end. This is ammonia solution cotton plug. Now these two ends of the long narrow glass tube is closed with rubber caps. These two are closed with rubber caps only. This is rubber cap. This is also rubber cap. Right. Now, if you observe clearly, after some time, here there is a white ring is formed. Here what is formed? White ring is formed. That how the white ring is formed? Here the HCl solution, it gives HCl gas, hydrochloric acid gas. Ammonia here, ammonia solution, it gives ammonia gas. These two gases comes closer with each other. They both are comes to close. Then HCl plus ammonia. Okay na? These two are mixed with each other, then it forms the ammonium chloride, NH4Cl. This ammonium chloride is formed in the form of white ring, in the form of white ring. But observe, where is the ring formed? It is formed on the side of HCl carbon plug. Why it is not formed on the side of ammonia gas? Because of the here which gas has more speed? The ammonia gas has more speed. That's why ammonia gas is diffused fastly than HCl. That's why it is formed in the nearest side of HCl because it comes faster to this side. Okay, that means the speed of the ammonia gas is more than the hydrochloric acid gas. Okay, so from this activity we conclude that the rate of the diffusion of the ammonia gas is more than the rate of the diffusion of the hydrochloric acid gas. Okay, it is a white ring. It is a white ring, and that white ring is nothing but because of ammonia chloride. Once again, materials required for this activity. Speed of what is the activity? To observe the speed of the diffusion of the two gases. Right. Materials. What are the materials will be required? 1 meter long narrow glass tube and 2 cotton plugs or cotton pieces and 2 rubber cocks and HCl solution, ammonia solution. Right, procedure. First, take 1 meter long narrow glass tube. 1 meter long narrow glass tube. And next, take one cotton piece and it is soaked inside of the HCl solution. And after completion of the soaking of cotton plug inside of the HCl solution, then place it on one end of the long narrow glass tube. Here one end. Okay. Next, take one more cotton piece or cotton plug and it is soaked inside of the ammonia solution, and that is placed on the second end of the long narrow glass tube. Next, these two ends are immediately we can cover or we can close with rubber cocks. By using the lids. Okay, any lids. Okay, right. Next, after wait for some time, after certain time, within 1 or 2 minutes or within few seconds, these HCl it produces the solution produces mixed gas, ammonia it produces ammonia gas. These two gases are comes close with each other. Then here a white ring is formed. That white ring is nothing but ammonium chloride because HCl is reacting with ammonia. Hydrochloric acid is reacting with ammonia to form the ammonium chloride. So here, but observe the way it is formed. It is formed nearest to the HCl. It is formed nearest to the HCl. Why it is not formed here? Because of the diffusion of ammonia gas is more than the diffusion of the HCl gas. That's why this gas is moves fastly to this side. That's why here it is reacting with HCl and it forms the white ring. Okay. So from this activity we conclude that the speed of the diffusion of two gases. Here I am asking questions: which gas has more diffusion when comparing HCl and ammonia gas? Very good. Ammonia gas has more diffusion than HCl gas. What is the white ring? This white ring is the formation of ammonium chloride. Okay. This is the activity. Okay, okay, my dear students. Next, so this is the diffusion property, diffusion concept. What is meant by diffusion? One more time. What is meant by diffusion? The movement of the particles. The movement of the particles of matter into liquids and gases is known as diffusion. Okay, so in these classes we learned about the diffusion of the liquids and diffusion of the gases, and now diffusion of the comparing the diffusion of the two gases. Okay na? Right, thank you very much. Tomorrow we will discuss about the remaining concepts and